Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Sweet Protection Falconer 2Vi road cycling helmet. The Sweet Protection Falconer 2Vi is the latest iteration of their top-of-the-line road cycling helmet lineup. This helmet combines wind tunnel tested aerodynamics with the latest MIPS Air safety system. In terms of packaging, you can see a very simple helmet box with a nice exposed cutout that lets you see what you're looking at. You have basic safety details and specs printed on here, as well as a nice Sweet Protection logo printed directly on the cardboard itself. So we'll go ahead and open this up and go over the specs. Retail price on this is $249.95. It is their most expensive helmet in their lineup. It has their STACC ventilation, which stands for Superficial Temporal Artery Cooling Channel, and that helps you stay cool on the road. It has their 2Vi safety system, so that combines your external shell for durability, a multi-density EPS foam on the inside, along with MIPS Air for extra safety. It's a pretty impressive system overall. You have eyewear grippers built in, so you can put your sunglasses right here on the edge. And there's these little rubber pads here that hold it in place. You have a replaceable front pad, which is really nice. So you can see it's just Velcroed on, and you can remove that and swap it out. You have a 360-degree fit system, which is just a simple dial on the rear, height adjustable, with these nice wide straps that feel really soft to the touch. In terms of what comes with the helmet, you can see you have a basic MIPS tag, the helmet itself. You get a storage bag, which is nice, so a fabric storage bag keeps it dust-free and a great way to travel with it. And you get that second front pad if you ever need to replace it. And now let's take a look at the weight of the helmet. This is the medium version for the North America market. Sweet Protection claims it's 290 grams, and on our scale, it is exactly 290 grams. The Falconer is designed for speed and comfort with improved aerodynamics and cooling compared to previous versions. Visually, the helmet has a classic road cycling profile, so you can see it's very shallow with a cut-off rear for improved aerodynamics. You have a nice smooth shell as well that combines a matte finish on the top portion. You have glossy insets for the vents, and then a glossy rear section which completes the shell. So you can see it's a two-piece design where the front extends all the way around, nice finished rim. So that's what really differentiates cheaper helmets with more expensive ones. You don't have any exposed foam on the edges, and you have really nice sharp lines. So everywhere that you see the foam, it's nice and sharp, so sharp creases, and it gives it a more premium look, which matches the premium price. Sweet Protection offers a number of different colors, from white, red, to the dusk that we have here, and it's a really attractive mustard-like color. Branding is limited to Sweet Protection printed on the sides, which almost feels like a vinyl label. You have Falconer 2Vi on the rear, and then the Sweet Protection badge on the front, which I've always liked, as it almost looks like a car brand logo. Now you'll notice that the vents here are somewhat inset, and that's because they also offer an aero variation of this that has magnetically attached covers that would actually sit here and then make the external shell smooth and give you the aerodynamics when you need more speed and less cooling. In terms of cooling, this has their large internal channels, and it's designed to cool your arteries on your forehead. So you can see it has a slit here, these little indentations that help channel air through, and then these large inner channels that help the air go all the way through and exhaust it out the rear. What's really cool about this helmet too is that you get the MIPS Air integration, so when you look on the inside, you'll actually see you don't have a big yellow MIPS liner. Instead, all you see is padding, so it almost looks like a non-MIPS helmet. MIPS Air is one of the more integrated options with MIPS, so it's actually built into these little attachments in the padding itself. So really clean, and that means all these air channels are unrestricted, so you don't have anything that's covered up by a MIPS liner, and it's a very sleek design overall. You have a 360-degree fit system, so really simple, nice smooth dial, and then you can also adjust this height just by pulling up and down on it, and you have multiple settings. I really like the side straps as well. You can see they're really wide, nice and soft, and then this little connector with the Sweet Protection logo that sits on your side of your head and it's nice and wide and padded, so really comfortable. Standard plastic buckle, you don't have the magnetic fidlock, but easy to adjust with these little elastic loops to get any of the extra. So really nice design overall and gives you that classic road cycling look with the performance to back it up. Now let's take a look at the Falconer on the road. Here we have it paired with our Tribin road bike as well as a all-a cycling kit. And it's a great combination. It pairs well with a lot of different kits. This matte and glossy color combination also gives a unique appearance, and we like this mustard dusk color as it's pretty unique compared to the normal palette of red, white, and blue that you see with normal helmets. Plenty of vents here, so you get air through the helmet and out the rear big vent so you stay nice and cool. So even if you're doing long, steep climbs in summer, it is a comfortable helmet. The rear dial is also very easy to adjust. It's nice and smooth operation, and you can even adjust it up and down as needed as there's multiple notches. The helmet itself is also very comfortable at under 300 grams. It's lightweight, so you really forget you're wearing it. And the side straps are really comfortable. They're nice and wide, and what I really like is that big Y splitter. Nice and wide so it sits flush against your head, prevents these straps from getting twisted up, and they're padded on the back so you forget you're even wearing it. It's a great helmet overall and a good option if you want something a little sleeker, faster, with good ventilation. Now let's do a little comparison between the Falconer and other helmets on the market. One of the recent reviews that we did was the Lazer Vento. So you can see this is part of Lazer's KinetiCore models. Instead of having MIPS, they actually use these crumple zones of foam on the inside. So it's similar to the 2Vi system where you have multi-density foam, but with this one they actually replace the MIPS entirely, while the Falconer still retains MIPS, and you get the nice integrated MIPS Air design, which almost looks completely invisible, versus the Lazer KinetiCore option. With the Lazer, you also get the top-mounted belt, which is really cool. So instead of having the dial here, you get all the same adjustments, but it's right on top, so more aerodynamic. And if you have a ponytail or more hair on the rear, you have a lot more space. While with the Falconer, you'd have to just push it down and then route it up through it as you have the dial there. It's an interesting design differentiation. The Lazer has a similar sleek profile, so very shallow, and you can see smooth rear two-piece shells with two colors on top and bottom, and strategically placed vents. The Falconer has more vents than the Lazer though, and they're a little more strategically placed. One interesting comparison is also the Bolle Furo, and this is similar to the Falconer Aero in the fact that it has removable vent covers. These ones are friction fit, not magnetic, but you can see you can just remove them when you want more ventilation, and if you want to go full aero, you place them here and you get that smooth shell. And that's similar to the Falconer Aero, which would have magnetic covers that actually make the shell smooth and block the vents. Sweet Protection doesn't sell the vent cover separately though, so you do have to pick the Aero one from the start. You can't switch between them. But again, otherwise really similar. They're very shallow, similar price points. The Furo does not have MIPS at all though, it just has a standard inside, and you can see less venting compared to the Falconer. Another interesting comparison is the POC Ventral Spin. So you can see this is a semi-aero helmet, very similar to the Falconer, even less vents, but strategically placed again on the front, top, and then really big exhaust on the rear to funnel it through. The nice thing about the POC is it's a little smoother design. It has a more modern look, and you can see the color schemes are really attractive. But very similar in terms of profile, same buckles. This is their earlier spin variation, which actually doesn't have MIPS, so you have the big internal channels, and then the pads themselves have this kind of gel-like material that's supposed to mimic MIPS. While with a Falconer, you get the true MIPS with these really adjustable ones. So you can see you have a lot more play with the Falconer, so it's a very interesting design variation. And what I like about the Falconer is you get all the latest tech with a very deep internal air channels and open interior that you'd only get with the non-MIPS helmets previously. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Falconer 2Vi. What we like about it is that it has a lightweight design. At under 300 grams, it's light enough that it's easy to forget it's even on your head. And you have multiple safety layers with the 2Vi system. You get the multi-density EPS foam, as well as the MIPS Air integration. We also like the fact that the MIPS Air liner is really stealthily integrated, so you have nice deep air channels and no blockage of the vent, so you get really nice airflow through the helmet. The main negative for the helmet is the fact that Sweet Protection does not sell the Aero cover separately. Really nice if they offer them separately so you could actually customize it, do different colors, and get the Aero benefits. Taking everything into account would give the Falconer 2Vi a 9.0 out of 10. They have a sleeker and faster Falconer helmet with a lot of nice safety protection systems. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.